Hello everyone, welcome to MS Opti Webcast. In this video, we will see the steps on how to set up a remote desktop gateway server role in Windows Server 2019. In the last video, we have seen the steps to install and configure remote desktop services on a Server 2019 using Quick Start deployment. This will be the second part of that video. Before we move ahead, let's understand basics of remote desktop gateway server role. This role enables remote users to use a remote desktop protocol over HTTPS. A remote desktop gateway is often used to allow remote desktop clients to connect from the internet to the servers behind the remote desktop gateway located on a corporate internal network. With the help of NPS, it checks to see if a user belongs to a group that is allowed to remote in, and it also going to check to see if a user is allowed to remote into the destination server before allowing the session to the destination server. RD Gateway is basically developed to allow secure connectivity to an RDS infrastructure from the internet. RD Gateway supports protocol like RPC over HTTP, HTTP and UDP based transfer protocols encapsulated in SSL tunnel to connect to the internal resources. For this demonstration, we are using the TSLAB created in VirtualBox. This is our domain controller with the hostname WS2K19-DC01. This is our member server with the hostname WS2K19-SRV02. On this server, we have installed and configured remote desktop services using Quick Start deployment method in the last video. We have one more member server with the hostname WS2K19-SRV03, which will act as a remote desktop gateway for us in this video. Let's go back to our server WS2K19-SRV02. If your RD gateway server is going to be a separate server, then you need to add that server to pool of your RDS environment. In our case, we also need to add that server to the Server Manager console. And for that, I'm going to click on Manage and click on Add Servers. Click on Find Now and select as server WS2K19-SRV03. Click on Add button and click on OK. Let's wait for a few seconds. After that, you can see that server under All Servers. Let's confirm it. Here we can verify that our both servers are listed under Servers console, WS2K19-SRV02 and WS2K19-SRV03. Our next step will be adding RD Gateway server role on our member server. For that, on a Server Manager console, I'm going to click on Remote Desktop Services. Under Deployment Overview, you can verify RD Gateway server role is still pending, and that's why we can see green plus sign is there. From this console, you can confirm that we have installed RD Connection Broker Role Service, RD Session Host Service, and RD Web Access Service on a same server with the hostname WS2K19-SRV02. To add RD Gateway server role inside our deployment, we need to click on this plus sign that will start a new wizard for us. Now select the server on which you want to install RD Gateway server role. In our case, that server is WS2K19-SRV03. Let's select the server name and click on Add button. This wizard is going to use the credential of our domain admin mylab/administrator to add this server. Let's click on Next to continue. For the installation, it will create a self-signed SSL certificate that can be changed later on. It is recommended to always use certificate from a public certificate authority or an internal certificate authority. Self-signed certificate will be listed as a untrusted in certification tab. In real world, you would deploy RD Gateway server role using the certificate from a CA which your client trusts. On this console, we need to type external URL or FQDN that users will be using to reach the RDS environment over the internet. As we are just testing the functionality, I'm going to use the FQDN of our server, which is WS2K19-SRV03.mylab.local. After typing the external FQDN or URL, we need to click on Next button. Confirm the selection and then click on Add button to start the process. The installation process is going to take some time to complete. One more thing is that installation of RD Gateway Role Service doesn't ask for the reboot. The information at the bottom let us know the deployment was successful. However, certificate needs to be configured. Let's click on Close to close this console, as we are going to configure certificates later on. On Server Manager, now you can verify that RD Gateway will have an icon to signify that role is now installed. And under Deployment Servers, you can confirm that we have installed RD Gateway Server role on our member server ws2k19-srv03.mylab.local. Our next step is to configure RD Gateway Server with SSL certificate. As we have discussed earlier, that RD Gateway will work on self-signed certificates, but it requires a few additional steps for it to work on a remote computers. To create the self-signed certificate, let's click on Task and select Edit Deployment Properties. That is going to open one console for us where we can set up the settings. Here we need to click on Certificates, and here you can see under Role Services we can see label is showing us not configured. The reason is pretty simple one, because we haven't configured any certificate on RDS Role Services. To set up a certificate for RD Gateway Role Services, we need to select RD Gateway, and if you have an existing certificate, that time you can click on Select Existing Certificate, and then you have to specify the path of the certificate from where we can get that certificate. In our case, we are going to create a new certificate, and that's why I'm going to click on New Certificate. Specify the name of certificate. Specify the strong password to protect this certificate. Select the box to store this certificate, and once you select that options, you need to specify the location where you want to store the certificate. For that, I'm going to click on Browse, and temporarily I'm going to store the certificate on a C drive. Let me store on a D drive. Let's create a new folder. Let's give a folder name RD Gateway Cert, and let's give a name to the certificate RD Gateway-Cert. Click on Save. Select this checkbox as well to allow the certificate to be added to the Trusted Root Certification Authorities certificate store on a destination computers. Once you select all the settings, we need to click on OK button. Then click on Apply and wait for a few seconds. After that, you can see the status of that certificate. Once finished, it will show us as a success under state. Under status, we can verify OK is there, but under label, you can verify untrusted is there. The reason is pretty simple one, because we are using a self-signed certificate on our RD Gateway server, and that's the reason why we are seeing untrusted under label. So now we have successfully configured the required settings for SSL certificate. Let's click on OK to close this console. In the next step, we need to configure permissions and network resources on RD Gateway server. Remember, if you are going for the testing purpose, at this time you can test the functionality of RD Gateway server role. This steps is not compulsory. Let's go to our member server ws2k19-srv03. Let's click on Tools, click on Remote Desktop Services, and select Remote Desktop Gateway Manager. Again, I'm repeating that these steps are not compulsory. Let's click on our server name. As you can see, under configuration status, you can see connection authorization policies are there, one policy is there, and 2 resource authorization policies are created automatically. Let's see that. Expand the server name. Click on policies. Let's expand policies. And then I'm going to click on resource authorization policies. You can see we have 2 resource authorization policies created by default with the name RDG All Domain Computers and RDG RD Connection Brokers. Let's select RDG All Domain Computers, right click on it and go for the properties. Let me click on User Groups tab. On this tab, we can change who has permission to use the RD gateway. By default, domain users have the access. For the purpose of this video demonstration, already I have created one security group to test it. Let's open Active Directory users and computer snapping. Here we have one security group with the name RDS users, and the both users, RDS user 1 and RDS user 2, are member of the security group. So we are going to use the security group to specify the permission. Let me select domain users group. So why I am removing it? Because all the users from your Active Directory domain are going to be the member of this security group, and that we don't want. Click on remove, click on add, click on advanced, click on find now, and select the group which is RDS users in our case. Click on OK and click on apply. Now only the members of the security group RDS users can connect to remote computers on the network through RD gateway. You can also configure what computers can be accessed through RD gateway. For that, you need to click on Network Resources tab. By default, mylab/domain computers, that means all computers account in our Active Directory can be accessed using RD gateway. If you want, you can select this checkbox as well. Allow users to connect to any network resources. So you can adjust these settings as per your requirement. For the testing purpose, we are going to select Allow users to connect to any network resources. Let's click on Apply and click on OK. Now that our RD Gateway server role is configured successfully, now we are ready to connect to our RDS environment using RD Gateway server role. To test this, let's go to a Windows 10 client computer. This is a Windows 10 client computer. Let's open a remote desktop connection. Let's press Windows R key, type MSTSC and press Enter key to open a remote desktop connection. First, we need to click on Show Options, then click on Advanced. Under Connect from Anywhere, we need to click on Settings. Here I'm going to select this radio button. Use this RD Gateway server settings. Under server name, you have to specify the name of your RD Gateway server. Remember, it is not compulsory that you have to specify FQDN. You can also use the IP address of your RD Gateway server role. In our case, server name is ws2k19-srv03.mylab.local. I'm also going to clear this checkbox to bypass RD Gateway server for a local address, as we are just going for the testing purpose, and that's why I'm connecting to our RDS infrastructure from the local network, and that's why I have removed this checkbox to bypass RD Gateway server for the local addresses. Here we have one more logon settings. Use my RD Gateway credential for the remote computer. Let's click on OK. Click on General tab. Here we need to specify the FQDN or IP address of our remote computer, or you can see our RD session host server, which is ws2k19-srv02.mylab.local in our case. Let's specify the username, which is user1@mylab.local. Once you provide detail about computer and username, we are ready to connect to our RDS infrastructure. For that, we need to click on Connect. Now here you can see, first, this credential will be used to connect to the following computers: ws2k19-srv03.mylab.local, which is our RD Gateway server, and ws2k19-srv02.mylab.local, which is our RD session host server. Let's specify the password of our user RDS user1. Once you provide user password, click on OK. As you can see, it is currently initiating a remote connection. Now here we can see a certificate error is there because we are using self-signed certificate on our RD Gateway server, and that's why this Windows 10 computers can't verify the identity of our RD Gateway server. Error is there. To fix this, we need to click on View Certificate. As you can see, red cross is there. Reason is pretty simple one, because this is a self-signed certificate and our Windows 10 computer is not trusting on this certificate. Click on details. Click on copy to file as we are going to export this certificate. Click on next. Let's browse the location. I'm going to store on a desktop and let's give name RD Gateway. Click on save. Click on next and click on finish. The export was successful. OK and OK. Click on OK. Now, before we connect to our RD Gateway server again, we need to import this certificate. And for that, I'm going to double click on this certificate which we have exported earlier. Click on install certificate. Under store location, I'm going to select the local machine. Click on next. It is going to ask for the username and password. Click on yes. I'm going to select the radio button. Place all certificates in the following store. Click on browse. Select trusted root certification authorities and click on OK. Click on next and click on finish. Wait for a few seconds and if import is successful, you're going to get a message. Okay, the import was successful. Click on OK to close this message and click on OK again to close this certificate. Now, if we double click on this certificate, we don't have that big red cross. Why? Because now this Windows 10 computer is trusting this self-signed certificate. Click on OK. Now, let's again click on connect. Let's specify the password of our RDS user 1 and click on OK. Again, we can see the message is there, initiating remote connection. Let's go to our SRV03 server. Let me click on monitoring and you can see one session is there. Let's again go back to our Windows 10 client computer. Here we can see we have another message that configuring a remote session. Let's again go back to our SRV03 server. Click on refresh. As of now, we have only one connection. Here you can see transport is there and that is HTTP. Okay, let's wait for a few seconds and after that we have another session. And if we go back to Windows 10 client computer, we can see we have successfully connected with our RD session host server which is ws2k19-srv02.mylab.local. We can confirm the same thing on our RDS server as well. Let's check out this thing on our server ws2k19-srv02. Let me click on a collection. I think probably let's click on quick collections. Click on task and click on refresh. You can see one session is there from mylab/user1. Fine. So we can confirm on our Windows 10 client computer that our user can connect to our RDS infrastructure using RD Gateway server. Let's go to SRV03. Click on refresh and here we can see we have now two connections. One for our RD Gateway server and here you can see the transport protocol is there. In one it is HTTP and in a second one it is UDP. One more thing which I want to mention here that I should have to mention earlier, that you also need to configure port forwarding on your router or a firewall. In order for traffic from the internet to reach to your RD Gateway server, you will need to open some ports in your firewall or router. If you are setting this up in your home lab where you don't have DMZ and your server is only behind the single firewall or a router, then you only need to set up port forwarding for port number TCP443 to your RD Gateway server. If you are setting this up in an enterprise where the RD Gateway server is in DMZ, then there are quite a few ports that need to be opened up. So you have to make sure that clients can access your RD Gateway server from the internet on a port number TCP443. Now our users will be able to connect to RDS infrastructure securely over the internet using RD Gateway server. That concludes the steps on how to setting up a remote desktop gateway server role in Windows Server 2019. That's it for this video demonstration. Thank you all for watching this video.